Eagle has landed.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast with Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
Welcome to American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
And I am Jesse, and we are joined today by podcaster extraordinaire Rob Lee. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, the pleasure's all ours, man.
We should have done it long ago. We're just bad at email, honestly.
Yeah. Haven't quite figured that out.
Yeah. Email, it's only been around a few weeks, so I get it. It's a learning curve. We all grow and we all adapt to
new technology.
Learn electronic mail.
Yeah. Who would have thought we'd be on Zoom before emailing? God, you know?
So we said you're a podcaster. Tell the audience a little bit about your shows here.
Yeah. And as we talked a little bit before even getting started, I got to hit with the AKAs and all of that stuff because, you know, I steal from other podcasts because that's the medium. It's the Midnight Snacks, the American Wave. It is Zanny Glover here, Rob Lee from MTR Podcast. Been in this whole podcast thing out of Baltimore, Maryland. Been doing it for it'll be 12 years in February. I started off complaining about Albert Haynesworth getting the contract with the now Washington football team, previously Washington other skins, and because pejoratives. And pretty much from there, I just had this inclination to discuss news, current events, but have this kind of snarky approach and hitting that. And it kind of shifted for Mastermind Team's Robcast, the podcast I'm describing. That started in 2009. So we had Tiger Woods stories. We had a bunch of different stuff. We had Obama getting into office. He wanted to know my birthday, so you're welcome. You know, all of you fine people out there who enjoyed that time.
I didn't know who to thank for that one, actually. I'm glad.
Well, now you know, in the flesh, in the chocolate caramel flesh. And so in doing that, it shifted over the years into more of a weird news, more of a pop culture centric podcast. And the main thing that people will check out and like about our podcast, we do a segment called New Challenger on Mastermind Team's Robcast. And pretty much I give my co-hosts, either Dan or Torrin, I give them a keyword pertaining to the story. You see the headline and it's something innocuous. It might be man. And like, yeah, I want to learn about a man. What happened with men recently? And it'll be like, man lost dick in smelting accident. And it's like, well, we got to cover the story now. So that's the way that the game is played. In addition to that, in the last year and a half, I've been doing this podcast called Getting to the Truth in This Art. And that's a interview series where I talk to artists, entrepreneurs, and tastemakers in and around Baltimore to kind of show a more holistic view of what happens in the city. We got a lot of talent here. It's not just The Wire, and that's fucking antiquated. It's a lot of different unique people here. We're like any other like city. We're urban. We have the same problems that a Philadelphia or New York have, but we have the same talent that a Philadelphia or New York have. And we like to get into this gritty authenticity that we do here. And lastly, a movie review show that I started last year called Let's Watch It Again. And it's a movie review show. That's pretty much it. We just had an episode dedicated to Scanners, which is a movie that traumatized my girlfriend. She saw the trailer for I think it was Stir Crazy, and the trailer has the head explosion in it.
Yep.
And she was 8. And she's like, yeah, this fucking terrified me. So she waited for the
most iconic scenes right there.
Absolutely. She waited for the better part of 40 years to watch it, and she sat and watched it with me. And I'm laughing. I was like, yo, look at his head exploding. Her heart is beating out of her chest. So I made her relive that in a movie review. So yeah, I'm a great boyfriend.
You gotta confront those fears. For mine, it's Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Oh, come on, dude. That's so cheesy. Even as a kid, that looked...
Well, if we're talking about movies that elicit a certain fear, mine's is Wall Street, because I only fear failure. I fear getting arrested for Ponzi schemes and shit of that sort.
Oh, what are you up to behind the scenes, guy?
Let's not talk about it. That's just, Rob Lee's an alias. It's an alias.
I've been listening. You got haircut pyramid schemes in the works. Don't lie to us.
4X fades? Yeah,
4X fades. Yeah.
What we do.
Hell yeah. You gotta get those free haircuts, Matt. You gotta get a couple people referred and then you get one.
Oh, that's how that works. Okay.
It's exchange rates, man. Don't put it out
between
there.
us. Yeah, that's just between the three
we're
of
not
us.
supposed to be exposing
That's a secret.
Oh, damn.
It's inside baseball. What's going on? BTS.
So you got you're covering all kinds of stuff. And I mean, having been doing this for 12 years, do you feel like you've definitely evolved through these different shows that you've put out?
Yeah. I think one of the things in it is like finding a voice and, looking at it, like I'll be 36 in a few days and starting it when I was 24. So obviously you have a different interest, have a different take on things as you matriculate through your mid 20s to your mid 30s, and you see things differently, and the world has changed. And you have people that come and go. Like the original, my original two co-hosts on Mastermind Team's Robcast were a girl I was dating and her cousin, and I don't even deal with those people anymore. And it was a very different show. The show was more like a morning zoo thing, and it didn't have this voice. It was kind of, hey man, wouldn't this be interesting if we talked about this? Now it's, hey, these are news stories. These are things that are current events. And it has a specific slant to it that I think is topical, and I try to be more mindful with it. So in doing the other shows, right? Let's say Getting to Truth in His Heart. I'm planning that out as seasons. So I'm in season 3. And for season 3, each season I kind of add a little bit of a new theme to it. So definitely hitting the artists, but for February, I'm only having Black creators. For March, I'm only having women creators, and I'm kind of sticking with the themes of those months. And even with Let's Watch It Again, I'm hitting movies that are in anniversary years. So planning out a calendar of when I'm going to do these things and coming up with a social media background and networking and being more open. Like everything was internal, right? For a long time of me doing everything from editing, hosting, picking the shows, doing all of it. Like when someone says, do you know someone that's a turnkey podcaster? I am that dude. And I even teach podcasting. I teach it at a prestigious university here as like the Office of Multicultural Affairs. They were looking for someone that looks like me that happens to know it. I go there and I teach a class on it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's amazing to see.
Yeah. Dude, to spend 12 years and like, did you ever imagine this would be the long-term goal, is like starting out as a podcaster that long ago, over a decade ago, and now you're teaching it? Like, that's so fucking cool, man.
I never thought it. And it was kind of one of those things where I was in college, right? And it was, you have it like college radio, and someone invited me there just to talk about business. And I was a business student, and I was like, huh. And I used to always be one of these kids that would have that handheld mic, and how people have the yearbook. Mine was speaking to the mic. I'm probably not going to see you next year. And I was just being a snarky dickhead. It's like, because I was in one of these high schools that was very tough to stay in.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I'm not going to see you, so I want to capture your thoughts before you fail out. That was kind of my attitude.
Document
so,
it.
Let me roast you real quick before you can't fucking get me back.
So before, I would have that, and there was always this interest in kind of curating and grabbing audio, and it formulated into, let's do a podcast, but doing it in a very artful way. But as the years progress, I started looking at what's important to me, not just sitting there and fucking telling like dick jokes with my friends. That's fun. That's interesting. And it can be if you have a certain approach to it. But what else am I adding? Am I adding value in some way? And that's the way I started approaching it over the last like 5 years, being very specific about that. What am I adding to it? Because as you guys know, doing podcasts, there's a lot of dickheads out here doing podcasts, and a lot of them are not good.
Every dickhead's got a podcast. They all suck.
And I don't want to be one of those dickheads, despite being one of those dickheads.
Yeah, dude, we feel you.
You have to be in it and then rise above it, but you can't. You got to go through it in order to get to the top.
Yeah.
Are we still talking about podcasting or erections?
No. We're on a different subject.
I thought we were
now.
dueling. Okay, never mind. Yeah, man.
Penises, let's go.
I can definitely agree with that, man. Like going from that like spontaneous, what are we going to create for content, to the methodical approach of like being pre-planned and being ahead of the game. Like it makes such a difference for your listeners, and you'll hear it from your listeners, but some people never catch that. And that's why they end up with these shows that fade off after, a year or two, and they're just like, why aren't we getting listens? Why are people not interacting? It's like, well, there's something there in your formula that's a little fucked up, and they never figured it out.
What do they call it?
Over too, in terms of like you see that pod fade over like 3 months or 6 months or something.
Yeah, I heard pod fading, pod stopping, and my thing is like it's a lot of stuff that you have. You have these creative differences, especially when you're recording with a partner, and you're like, yeah, man, like whether it be literally a partner that you're dating or even if it's like a really good friend, it's like, all right, I'm going in this direction creatively. Are you coming, or is it this is where you get off, and do we come back later? And having those conversations if that's the direction you're taking in it, and here it's, and I think here in Baltimore, there are a few people who are kind of doing it, but in these larger places, California, these New York places that have like a bigger like media influence, you see just everyone just jumping out just with a podcast. But here people are trying their damnedest to get into the scene, but I've been doing it and I know what I'm looking for when I'm trying to do it.
Yeah. And that's important, man. That's very, very important. You're staying true to your idea, Yeah.
So did you grow up in the Baltimore area like your whole life, or?
Yeah, born and bred, East Side. Let's go. Let's get it. We were not. I was actually on a couple episodes of The Wire. In the background, you saw my sneakers.
Oh shit!
Oh, whoa, whoa, dude.
Yeah, I'm certified. No, but funny story actually. In high school, one of my SAT like prep instructor, he was a former police officer in Baltimore, and he was a co-writer on The Wire. On this other book, The Corner, which was the precursor to like that kind of type of storytelling. David Simon and Ed Burns was my teacher, and he was a Baltimore City police officer who contributed to both The Corner and The Wire. So, that was something that was there. So could speak on it very truly, the seasons with the kids and the schools and all of that stuff. That is what was going on here. So yeah, born and raised, 36 years here, and love it. And definitely a part of definitely a type of individual that's in Baltimore. Yeah.
It's I kind of forgot. Me and Matt are both northeast. We grew up a little bit north of New York City, and I feel like Baltimore kind of gets forgot sometimes in that northeastern category. It almost, in my mind, like it almost gets lumped in with DC.
Yeah,
a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do this thing where we hate it here, by the way, when people do that. Well, you guys are the DMV. The fuck if we are. We're Baltimore, and it's funny. Like my girlfriend's from Brooklyn, and she would talk about like Brooklyn in like the 80s has as many similarities to what Baltimore is developing into now. And people are trying to get a piece. People are trying to slide in because there is a highly quickly developing art scene here. That's what I cover in the Getting to the Truth in This Art podcast. And, people just ignore that it's not one of these other places. But I've talked to people who are jazz musicians. I talk to visual artists, and they say you have to come through Baltimore before you even allowed to hit Philadelphia or New York, because we'll tell you if your shit's not good and you had to go back to the drawing board. That's just what it is. Like we're the first round of the playoffs. Like New York might be like the championship level. We're that first round. You got to get through us before you can even get to those championship rounds.
Yeah, man.
We have a lot of comedians on, and I rarely hear Baltimore mentioned. Like now that I'm thinking of it, it's not something that gets brought up as much. But I'd imagine that's another ground that they have to battleground that they kind of have to get through.
Oh
yeah. So we have this comedy club here, Magoobies. That's kind of like north of Baltimore, but I'll put it this way. Pre-COVID, I recorded every Friday at a comedy club.
Nice.
I was working on their whole podcast scene, and they like, yo, can you be we want to get into the podcast scene. Can you set up here and record here regularly? We'll build out a studio for you, all of this stuff, but we just want to get into this scene and basically start having our local comedians get on, because kind of as you're getting that, not too many people know comedians that are from Baltimore or who have been and cut their teeth in Baltimore, because that scene isn't really spoken of. But, you'll have people that'll come through here, like Patrice O'Neill's come through here when he was still alive, obviously. Yep. Jim Norton, just different people that are in that kind of Northeast range. Tom Segura, different people that I've seen that are here.
I mean, it's not that far out from the normal stomping grounds. Like, Like New York City comedian could easily go, what's the distance? Like
I think it was 5 hours. No, it was like 5 hours from where we grew up.
Shit?
Yeah.
It's about 4 from Queens, I believe. So yeah, it's about 4 hours.
I've been there once for EDM festival. Yeah, and it was cool.
I went to the aquarium one time when I was
surprised
there.
How big it was. Yeah, like the same thing. I was always under the impression. I thought it would be smaller, but there's a lot going on in Baltimore. It's a huge area with a lot of different fucking areas that are different, like culturally, I
remember a lot of brick.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, tons of brick.
It's a lot accurate.
It's a lot of brick. We have warehouses here, a lot of them abandoned. We have a mix of things here, and Baltimore is to your point. It's one of those things where it's a bunch of different neighborhoods. It's a city made up of neighborhoods, and we don't really have like an idea of how big it is. And going to a college that was filled with primarily transplants, people who came from New York, people who came from like the DC area, kind of in this still same mid-Atlantic kind of region. It's like, yeah, I thought Baltimore was small, like, because we have this internal thing, this beef of, like, how New York has, I'm from this borough, I'm from that borough.
Yeah.
Baltimore is, I'm from West Side or I'm from East Side. And people that aren't from here, it's like, Baltimore's a speck. Why does it even matter? It's just one side. It's like, fuck you, you're not from here,
Yep.
Right. It's those microcosms of like localities that you don't get. When I moved out here to the West Coast, it took me a while to learn like all those little like, that area of the Bay is, less affluent. And then this one, you don't want to go in after night and that kind of shit. I'm just wandering the fuck around like a dumbass. Like I don't fucking know where the hell anything is. I'm like, damn, this is a big ass house. It's like, yeah, that's fucking Jeff Bezos's house. I'm like, oh. I don't fucking know. I kind of coast through.
I went to Long Beach for a wrestling show. New Japan Pro Wrestling had like an event there, and I went there with one of my friends, Greg. It was like pretty much their first 3 or 4 events that were US events. We went to each one of them, and the first couple were in Long Beach. So we go there, what have you. And I am ignorant and I don't give a shit. I was talking all types of wild gang shit, just walking through different parts of LA.
Oh God.
Just wandering.
Great,
I was like,
man.
I don't give
a little more wild than me.
Oh my God. Dude,
I mean, I'm
wild, man.
6'4", 300 pounds. I was like, is someone going to shoot me? Let's get busy. That's my energy.
Oh man, there's a whole lot of boys out there that are your size and bigger, dude. Damn, dude. That's
well, I'm saying. I'm just like, I don't care.
You're wild, man.
It's just being an East Coaster.
Yeah, true. That is an East Coast thing, dude. We just go everywhere. We're like, what's up?
Now, I will say, I like to go to New Orleans, right? And because they're so smooth in how they approach you, I remember I was wearing like stuff. I was wearing like an Orioles hat, but I had on stuff that was not down there. People were not wearing the shit I had on. It was like I stuck out. And then one dude, he came to me on like we were on a streetcar, and he's like, "Where are you from, brother?" And I was like, "Oh shit, I'm from Baltimore, man. Not shying away from it." He's like, "You'll get robbed down here." And I was like, "Oh shit." He's like, "Your accent says you might get robbed." And I was like, I'm terrified. I was like, I don't know if he's a vampire or what. I'm gonna fucking die in New Orleans.
This is the most bougie shakedown you've ever been part of.
Yes. Like brass instruments were playing. I was like, is this a second line? Am I pre-murder? What's happening?
You'll be left with nothing but beads. I've never been to New Orleans. I've heard nothing but good things, but I guess I'll watch how I dress down there. I got to blend in.
Yeah. And come up with that South accent too, man. Yeah. Just be safe.
Man, you're not far. Do you speak Gator, I think, right?
Oh, fuck you, dude. I would have sent you a gator. How about that?
Fuck.
Gators are my favorite animals. First,
dude, I have no. You want to know the most disappointing thing? I've been in Florida for like 6 months, and I haven't seen a goddamn gator, man. Not a single one. That's why I moved here. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie.
They've seen you.
They probably have. I mean, realistically, I've been around. Yeah. You know, I'm sure they've been around.
They got eyes
one day.
I mean, I've seen more gators in the 3 days in South Carolina I was there than I've seen in the 4 like different instances I've gone for like a week to New Orleans. Like just, hey, I'm just gonna go over here and get like some shrimp and grits or what have you from some little shack. It's like, is that a fucking alligator in their backyard? Oh, what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah, that's a pet. His name's Chad.
See, I don't think when I think Carolina, I don't think gators.
Yeah, right. Yeah, me neither. But they're all over.
South Carolina is wild.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it, man. I stayed in a random ass place in South Carolina, and you got to be careful where you go down there, man. It's a little sketchy too. That place.
You're saying it's a little,
I stayed in
little
Hilton Head.
banjo-y, or
I stayed in a place called Stateside, I think, and it was a place that I will never go to again in my life.
I mean, when I went to Hilton Head, all I drank was mint juleps.
Ooh.
And I wore seersucker every day because, as a purveyor of the finest cuisines, I was down there for a reason.
Yeah, dude.
so you're looking good. But it sounds like
Yes. That's what I do.
And you travel from what you've been saying here.
Yeah.
Have you outside the country too, or
only once? Went to Bahamas. It was a cruise thing, and we actually that was like the second time I was in South Carolina. We left. We reported in South Carolina, and we hit a few different islands in that whole kind of Bahamas like setup or what have you. But interestingly enough, that was like my first trip with my girlfriend. So. As being a 6'4" black guy with tits, and being in different degrees of nudity and meeting people for the first time, I was like, But the unproofed rum helped. So that was my out of the country experience. Tits out. Maybe I'm going to drown. Maybe I'm not. But I'm drunk. So who gives a shit?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's loosey goosey on a cruise. I'd imagine. I've never been on one myself, but would you recommend it?
I was a big fan. It was a lot of fun. Saw a lot of extracurricular titties, and because it's it was things that I did on that cruise that I normally don't do on the mainland. Like I gambled a lot on the cruise, and I gambled so much that I ran out of that stipend of money that I had. It's like, here's my travel money. All right, baby, can you hook me up? Sweetness, gorgeous muffin mix. Can you help a brother out? And then actually dancing. I hate dancing because I'm all arms and legs, and I was getting loose a lot actually on this cruise. So yeah, it brought out some of my my inner things that just like, let's have fun, let's get loose. Let's
like a cruise I'd imagine is like Lord of the Flies. It's like there's no fucking rules.
No. I'm not sure it's that wild. I don't want, man.
I mean, throwing a guy off the boat is fine, but
they vote here. It's fine. Democracy rule.
Yeah, no, for
it sounds like a good time. Everyone's described it to me, except the norovirus shit. That's what scares me when it comes to the cruises.
You got to live deliciously, man. If I've learned anything from the movie The Witch, you got to just live deliciously. You have to take advice from goat devils, and you just do it. You just do whatever it is. Fuck the viruses. Just get loose. Now, don't do it now though, because you just won't be able to get off the boat because it's technically is still out of the country. So fuck that. But generally speaking, you'll have a great time.
Just check the rules and laws and regulations for whatever fucking seas you may be cruising in.
It's true. Yeah. I mean, I was offered so much weed when I got to the Bahamas, and you'll go to certain places and you're like, okay, I'm going to expect certain accents. Let me kind of slow down. Like, let me listen more intently, I suppose. So, because I'll miss an accent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get there and I'm buying like different shit or what have you. And I can look like I had a couple dollars. From Orly, I conned my girlfriend to giving me money. Yeah, I did that. And some dude, he hits me as we're walking through, and he had his accent or what have you. And I was like, nah, I'm all set, brother. And then his accent changed into one that was very familiar, like he may have been from Baltimore. Yeah, bro, I got that gas. And I was like, whoa, how did that happen? Like, is this like, was this Rosetta Stone for Kush? What's happening?
Now, did that change it? Did you want something after he had the Baltimore accent? Did that make it more? It's a sales pitch in my mind. I think it's a hell of a sales technique. Really,
I bought something. I did buy something. I can't.
Yeah, it works.
You got to support the home team.
The psychology of the sales, man. I love it.
Better than the domestic we got up here, or like.
I was useless after that. I was useless for the rest of the trip. I was just goofy. So yes, yes. Okay, Island weed is fire.
That's supporting my theory that it's regional. You go somewhere else, you smoke one hit, you're gonna get fucked up.
Like different type of components of THC in there from like different areas.
And the thing is, I've been on this weird, like pretty much since COVID's gone down, I've lost like 50 pounds and shit because I've just been fasting and just doing different shit. And the only thing
I might have found your 50 pounds.
I was gonna say, yeah, I got some of that too. Yeah,
we might have split that, me and him.
Enjoy comes with extra seasoning. So again, you're welcome. I will say the one thing that I want to bring back in that I took out, I have been drinking still like a madman though. Mm-hmm. I have not smoked weed since fucking May, so I need to bring that back into the mix.
Wow, dude, that's a hell of a break, man.
What's Maryland like? I'm trying to remember if they have medical or like any sort of legal.
We have medical. I enjoy the illegal because my pot dealer is a gay dude and he likes me wearing my tight pants and he gives me extra weed. So
I was gonna say easy discounts for you too,
dude.
Yeah, I'm delicious. He told me I'm a delicious black man. He was just like, yeah.
God damn, dude.
I slept myself out for weed.
Hey, as long as it smokes, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, so like, does it look like it's pushing towards legalization? We covered,
No, it is legal here. It is legal here. We have the dispensaries here. One of my good friends, whenever it comes to anything that's not flour, he hooks me up with like the gummies or what have you. Just you can kind of time those out. But I still like the illegal component because there's a degree of criminality in this branch of podcasting.
Yeah, who doesn't, dude?
I'm in the
black market too. Like I'm fucking stuck dealing with illegal down here. I refuse to pay for the medical card. We only have medical in Florida. I'm like, get out of here, dude. I'd rather go meet my dude at the fucking local grocery store in the parking lot and risk it.
Well, then they won't let you bring your minigun into the medical dispensary, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, my minigun that I'm always toting. Florida fucking wildland.
It's not a good look. I mean, in going to the dispensaries is a very like interesting like situation because I'll post up like Jay and Silent Bob style like outside of the fucking dispensary, and usually because I drink coffee all day, so if you can imagine drinking super black like fucking like what quad espresso joints, like drinking those 4 shots of espresso, black coffee, and then like you know what, let me get some weed. It's a weird visual with the size that I am just out there posted up drinking coffee. And it's like, yeah, so my man's who's about my size comes back with the weed. It looks like we're sticking the place up. It looks amazing, but it's also looking very intimidating.
I just imagine on that much weed and fucking that strong of coffee, you're probably just vibrational fucking waves against the building at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably doing laps.
My eyes go white. I'm bald, so my hair just comes out. My eyes go white, and it's saying shit.
Like,
yeah.
No, I mean,
emitting powers. Yeah.
When you have a hookup, I mean, I'm sure if me and Matt were still in New York, like California taxes on this shit, it is insane. But like, I don't fucking know anyone. I came here from across the country, so I'm kind of subject to whatever they want to fuck me with, essentially.
It's the same in Massachusetts, honestly, man. Because like when I lived in New York, I started going to Mass for like the legal dispensaries just to get that. Like you're getting that fucking high quality fire guaranteed every time. It's pure. It's special. You never know what you're gonna get with the black market. Unfortunately,
too.
The pens. Oh my god, the pens are wicked too. And I didn't want to fucking die from a black market pen. I'm one of those bitches. Like I won't risk it, dude. I've had one pen where it was like. I was wheezing and shit. I'm like, dude, this cannot be good from some dude, but it's 25% or something tax.
I was giving my girlfriend a rundown of my entry point into weed, and it was I used to hotbox, and at 25, by the way, so I got started super late.
Wait, so you were only hotboxing?
I was only hotboxing at 25, but here's the really shitty part about it. It wasn't marijuana. It was fucking spice. It was synthetic. So I was just hanging out, fucking getting loose on spice, me and my brother, and a fucking Jeep Liberty in the county. I was just like, what are we like white TikTokers? The fuck is this? And that's what we were doing. We were like pre-TikTokers. And it was...
You guys step it up. Take a shot of salvia.
Oh my God. Dude, I have salvia from when we were in fucking high school still. I don't know why I still have it, bro.
That's your exit strategy. That's your cyanide pill. Bro. Fucking old salvia.
Bro, you thought I was kidding. Bro, I swear to God, this is a full thing of salvia. I've tried salvia once. Look at this. Just to show you I'm not bullshitting. I've had this for well over a decade. I don't know why I still have this. Maybe for the apocalypse, dude. Maybe this will have some weight in the apocalypse.
I was thinking when you had a guest come over that you want to leave.
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
Some weed?
Pull an Ari Shafir and just put it in the bowl and let him go. God.
I like that it's in arm's reach, too. That's the thing that's really great about it. It's like, oh, yes, just right here.
Oh, dude, you'd be surprised at the types of shit I got in fucking arm's reach, man.
Well, with the way his back's feeling, he's like Dr. Octopus at this point.
Yeah, dude. I got to keep shit tight. Got to keep it close, man.
The only thing that I have near me, which again, it goes with the intimidation thing, and I'm really just a nice guy, but I always have a sharp weapon near me, especially when I'm podcasting,
bro,
is either an exact...
You need something like this. You need something like this, dude. A custom designed bat, bro.
I have X-Acto knives and Japanese blades at the ready.
Yo,
you're not
alone, bro. You're not alone, bro. We can play.
It's something about the successful podcaster.
Podcasting's become one of those occupations, man, where it's just dangerous. You never know who's going to come for you, you know?
When a fool rolls up, they might get cut.
I can't leave this post mid-show, so I need to be able to defend
the house
from the seat.
Yeah.
You got to Jackie Chan it with this blue screen, too, in some way. Sort of use it against him.
My blue screen's bulletproof, dude.
The green screen I threw up, like, it was a recent development because I don't want people realizing what's on the wall. It's a lot of like old like gash art on my wall, and I can't have that seen because I'm going to be judged further than I'm already judged. It's tasteful, but it still is gash art.
I mean,
and out of context. Interview. Yeah, and out of context, people are just going to see it. Yeah, the judgment zone.
I mean, it's distracting just to see a bunch of hair over my ear. It's like, what the fuck is that?
It's gonna be like clipping, you know.
It's like, can you move your head? I need to see what that is.
It's hard. Hard to concentrate at that point. You've been having some interesting guests on though, you know, especially on your artist series.
Yeah, I've actually did one not today actually with a clothing designer, and it's just, you know, it's just talking to some of these different unique people out here. And I will say from the standpoint of COVID, everyone is fucking inside. Like I said, I was recording at a comedy club before this in the arts area of Baltimore. Mm-hmm. So people would just come there, different record producers, musicians, and so on. And you know, it was just a really good opportunity to meet different people and kind of hear people's different stories. And I'm always interested in like reading those books and learning about what's an artist's approach. How did they go about the day? What did they do? And maybe I'll learn something about it that I can apply to what I do. Because I'm a podcaster first, but also like I like to look at it as I create content. I write a comic with my girlfriend. So that's something I enjoy doing. So I like, what can I do to not run into writer's blocks? Maybe I have a conversation with a person who's a writer, learn about what they're doing, and maybe that can help someone else as a writer, or learn about someone that's a director. Interesting. I guess I went to high school with her. She's a casting director right now, and she was like, you should be doing voiceover work. I don't know why podcasters don't do voiceover work. And I was like, that's an interesting thing. She's like, send me your demo reel. And she was like, also, you should start doing advertisements for people for free. That could be your demo reel. Let's get this money. And I wouldn't have had that conversation if I didn't just slide into her DMs. Hey, want to talk about Baltimore? Want to talk about what you do for a living? And have a conversation with her. And that's really been the approach. And I've been able to get some major people. Like we have one of the first recognized museums. It's, look at it like Madame Tussauds, but for like luminaries in like the history of Black culture. We have the National Great Blacks and Wax Museum. This place used to terrify me as a kid because they have this. It's like 150 Black people, like MLK, Malcolm X, all of these different people within Black history, but they're done in full wax. And it's just like, all right, you're taller than me. This is scary. This is fucking terrifying. This could go left. And I'm interviewing, this is something I went to as a kid. I'm interviewing the co-founder like next week. And that wouldn't have happened if I didn't just slide into her DMs. You know, it's fucking been a great opportunity to meet people and be looked at as a person that's within the scene and within the community and about the community. And going back to that previous point of how it's grown, that's been one of the things that's changed, me being very demonstrative, like doing content that's broad, but also doing content that's meaningful. And Baltimore means a lot to me because I live here. I bought a house here. And there have been opportunities for me to leave, relocating to Cali, relocating to New Orleans, Philadelphia, but I chose to stay here and invest here. So the success of the city is very important to me too.
It's good to have that. That's one thing that I feel like I am missing, having moved so far away, is that local feel. Every apartment I've moved to, I'm like, there's no fucking community here, and it's like, well, I probably just don't recognize it because I'm a goddamn outsider. Like,
Yeah.
Homeowners community. It's like the apartment complex community. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't do well with rules, especially where I live.
Bit of a fucking rebel over there.
Rebel, podcast rebel.
I know it's totally unrelated, but I have a rat problem on my porch. I live on the 3rd floor, and I saw a rat the size of a goddamn sausage the other day.
That's an odd comparison. Was he skinny and long? Like, what was going on with that rat?
That's how I rank everything per sausage. So this one sausage sized rat, and this thing ate my pepper. It ripped it off the fucking pepper plant.
Really?
And ate that thing. When I turned the light on, I saw him run and drop the pepper.
Did you recover the pepper?
Oh no! I got more for you. I woke up today. I saw he fucking took
rat
my
news.
Tomatoes. He took my tomatoes.
Oh, dude, you gotta do something about that rat, man. What are you gonna do?
There's a homeowner association to do something about this rat.
I don't know, man. You gotta take it into your own hands at this point, dude. You got war with that rat, dude.
My fiance thinks it's a fucking pet now. She's like, oh well, it's a rat garden now. We're feeding the rat.
Don't you feed sausage rat anything?
I'm just getting toppings. It's making his own pizza. It's fine. It's
about to lock his
what are you putting fucking ratatouille over here?
I gotta block out his Mission Impossible.
You Remy, get over here.
Dude, he's got a family to feed, Jesse, you inconsiderate fuck.
Well, I don't need his Mission Impossible ass going up the fucking drain again and coming into my fucking garden, all right?
Dude, you gotta appreciate the work, man. Give him the fucking pepper.
One of the funnier things that happened the last time I was in New Orleans, it was for a birthday a couple years ago, and it's usually super warm down there in January, but surprisingly it was cold this year. So we're walking and my girlfriend's next to me, fucking freezing, and obviously it's a port city, so there's water there and all of this different shit. And we're walking, and there are probably a half a dozen rats just on a trash can, just as she described it, having a fucking conference call. And I was like, this is amazing. And I worked it into a comic book, and we have this company for this like fictitious like cat lawyers thing. And it's this company in it called Vermin International. And I was like, I'm just going to keep going down this fucking punny rabbit hole of rat bullshit. And that's what's happening.
Is that the basis for the comic, or is this some sort of an offshoot within the comic?
It's an offshoot within the comic there.
Okay.
It's about cats that are lawyers.
Nice.
I was smoking a lot of weed when I was writing it too, so
no, it's important, man. It gives you the perspective. Where is this available? Is this on the web, or is this like an actual print?
So the plan was because I have connections with BlurredCon, and we have a few comic conventions here. Before all this COVID shit happened, it was going to be full print, and I was going to have a table and all of this different shit. And because of COVID, we kind of delayed it, and I'm going to do a few more issues to make just kind of like this small thing, do a print one. But I do have the full like original 9. They're like a web comic, so the original 9, I think it's 9 or 10 that are in my drop. I can send them to you guys, and and
awesome.
Put them back up on a website.
That's
but
cool.
The goal is to get it printed out and then have it like on the store, if you will, and people can buy it. But I wanted to have something that's a tangible and something that, like, as a kid, I wanted to get into comics. Before podcasting, all of that, comics was the thing. And through podcasting, I backdoored into writing a comic with my girlfriend.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Are you into illustrations at all, or do you outsource those?
I outsourced them. I realized that my art is closer to Rob Liefeld than I would like it to be. A lot of weird anatomy that doesn't make sense, and Captain America titties. So I send it out. I send out very specific instructions. So I have an editor for my podcast, and I send him very specific instructions. Cut this up. I can do it, but cut this up in this way. Trim here, blah, blah, blah. I send very similar instructions to this artist. And that's another thing I learned in this process of creating content and all of that, of learning to delegate. Like,
yes,
I'm very much, I rather just do it myself and fail at it. And at least I can say I owned it. But I find like if I'm able to communicate better, I can work with people and get things done, like outsourcing this comic or sending someone my podcast to edit, and know that the shit's going to be on fire and it's going to be on point if I communicate it and I get in there what I want.
100%. And you know, to the Captain America titties comment, if you're familiar, sorry, I had to. It's if you're familiar with Jim Tozzi, he likes to throw titties on Bert from Sesame Street. We had him on the
Those are
show.
great titties.
He's an amazing
Dude,
artist.
Bert's never had a set of titties like those, man. It's amazing.
It'll make you feel weird. So
I feel weird often, so yeah.
You know, you had mentioned earlier in the show that you have that segment New Challenger, where you go over the bizarre news and stuff like that. We like to cover bizarre news ourselves. And I figured, you know,
I smell like stolen content here.
Oh, 100%. So, you know, well, no, my thought was you probably never get to be the one who picks, and that's a shame. You know, you're probably always giving these selections out to people, and no one thinks of you, Rob. That's the issue.
That's the problem, man. Yeah, nobody's thinking about Rob. Rob's thinking about everybody else. You know, somebody's got to get him.
Philanthropist.
But lucky for you, me and Matt are thinking about you, and we got a couple keywords here for you to pick. Some bizarre news to go over, get your take on. I got something for you. We got menu, scream, owl, or none.
I'm gonna go with none.
None. Oh, I was hoping you would. We got no parole. No parole for the woman who tried to carjack a nun while high on LSD.
Oh man. Wait, was the nun on LSD or was the carjacker on LSD?
I thought you'd ask that. It was the carjacker.
Damn. The story would have been so much better if that nun was tripping balls and then somebody just carjacked her, you know?
Right. This was in New Zealand, by the way.
Oh man. Wow.
See, it's global. It's global.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Nice.
Yeah. And you know, she was basically sentenced to 2 years, 4 months imprisonment, which that's not too long for carjacking a nun. I don't know what the appropriate time in jail is for carjacking a nun. I've never.
You think there should be more time because it's like a nun that's a victim, or like should it be like? What do you think?
I'm not easy
What's the
on
quality of the jail though.
Oh, it's in New Zealand. It's got to be great.
Oh, dude, they got everything.
Yeah,
the best
is that really
meals.
2 years though. You know,
nice views.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Definitely not
It's more
American fucking prison system.
Yeah, it's more like a month in ours.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
She ran into the road where a 74-year-old motorist and the 80-year-old sister, who was a nun, were waiting at the light in the intersection, and basically ripped the car door open, wrenching the car door open. She demanded the vehicle
with her LSD-ridden strength.
Imagine those eyes wide as fuck.
Oh my god, dude!
Adam Gase eyeballs. I don't want it.
Fuck out! Get the fuck out! New Zealand accent.
Fuck off!
They're retiring from God, and this fucking chick comes over there, LSD'd out. It's like, give me a shit. This is a jacking.
I guarantee that insurance doesn't cover if she crashes the car on LSD. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
they're pretty shitty about that.
It'd be really funny if they said it was like an act of God or something. That would be fucking amazing.
That would be a kick in the nuts to that nun. So we got menu, scream, or owl.
Let's go with menu.
Menu. All right. So we're heading up to Montreal, where the owner of a restaurant is giving fairly truthful descriptions of his menu options. He says comparing our General Tso's chicken, it's not good to anything else that you would have. He says, I'm not a big fan of North American Chinese food, but it's your call. This is listed under the actual option for the General Tso's chicken.
So he's like steering away from like choosing that option on his menu. He's like, I'm just gonna be honest with you. It's just not good. Like, precursor.
It's not all. He says for the intestines, they're fried and kind of a bit dry. Compared to stir-fried pork.
Dude, does this guy want to sell any food? Like
compared to another restaurant or menu item, he says, I recommend this one. So he's just, down underplaying all of his cooking in the first place to kind of maybe reverse engineer a sale.
I appreciate it. It reminds me of when we were on that cruise or what have you. The waiter we had, he told us, he was like, no, that's not good. Don't eat that. Fish is terrible. He was just going down the list of everything that was dog shit. And he literally called something dog shit. I was like, what about your bread pudding? Dog shit. Don't eat it. I appreciate it.
He's saving you the time. But I mean, if every item, like it says under mouthwatering chicken, we're not 100% satisfied with the flavor now, and it will get better soon.
Huh. I don't know if it's progress. Like, I feel like it's either like the guy is just like really dedicated to one dish. Like he's just got one dish that he likes to make. So he's trying to steer him like in a fucking, cattle like range, like
bread's amazing.
Bring him right to that one thing he likes to cook. And he's just fucking slamming that all day, or maybe it's reverse psychology. Maybe he's like, it's not that good, but people are like, it's good, dude. And he just wants to hear the compliment,
He's just a pessimist. He's really down on himself.
I feel like his menu is a 404 error. It's just like,
so you got hacked.
Try it.
Right.
You don't want this.
So
this is class here.
We got 2 left here. I'm only gonna, give you one of them. So we're gonna have to let one fade into the ether of podcasting. You got Scream or Owl. Choose wisely.
I want to go with Scream.
Scream.
Nice.
All right. So
fucking awesome.
Are you sick of all the bullshit? You can now scream into a hotline. We got a phone number for you. This I don't know. It's a new hotline called Just Scream. And if you have overwhelming anxiety about 2020, the past year, all the fucking events and that may be going on in your life.
Are you talking about the pain hotline that I created?
No, that's ours. I'll give that out later. This one's 1-561-567-8431. And you can call. It's not manned by anyone, but you can, however, have your message recorded where you scream, and it'll be available on an online Scream playlist.
Ooh, nice. Just put it on shuffle and go. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, because I'm a creep, I just feel like I want to make it the O-line. It's just at the end of every session, it's just I'm recording it, just microphone, just and just until because fuck it, why not? Let's just go full morning zoo with it and make it happen. But the Scream Hotline, it's in the same vein of the what is it? Those destroy rooms, those rec rooms. You could just break a bunch of shit. It's it's one of those things where people need to get it out. And 2020 was a dumpster fire. I did it in some of the ads I did last year. It was fucking dog shit. So if you need it, I'm all about it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Scream into it.
The release is important, man. Some people just keep pen up and then they go fucking nuts, Yeah. Murder their dog.
Do you need to know that someone's going to hear it, though? Is that what it is? Is like, because you could just do that into your own phone like a crazy person. But like,
you look kind of fucking nutty just screaming.
Let me dial a number first and make sure it gets recorded. Because like,
but that way you keep it, though. It's still there for you and me. I like to keep, we're talking about screams, not the O's, because I like to keep the O's as well, but the screams.
I have a whole file on my iPhone. Folder full.
Oh, you've been practicing this, okay? Before you even learn about it.
For later, just in case.
All right.
Well, I think if it goes, if you scream into a phone, does anyone hear it? If it falls in like the tree fall into the woods, it's like that, but for screaming.
Like if I scream about a rat on a podcast, will anyone hear it?
Yes, dude.
A pepper rat.
We're hoping. That's a spicy rat right there.
Oh, dude.
Rodney Rat pick peppers, but run rock rhymes. God damn it.
We triggered something.
It's just Run DMC, rat rhymes and shit. I'm all about alliteration. It's fine. I was a failed English major. Let's go.
So
that's great.
How are you feeling about this year? You think it's going to be better than the last?
It started off a little weird.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. You're not wrong there.
I always look at, once we're into the summer and how crazy it gets, that's when I'll really truly know, like the end of the fiscal year for most businesses. Where am I at? Did I get tax money? That's kind of where I'm at. I look at my personal thing. I think for this year, though, more broadly, more macroly, I think it's going to be better than last year. I am just tired of hearing about people dying. I'm kind of done with that. Kind of through with that. And I want to get the fuck outside, and I want to see people doing more stupid shit. I hate that every story I cover in Robcast has to do with COVID. I just want people doing stupid shit for the sake of doing stupid shit.
Dude, who doesn't, man? Who doesn't miss a good old, Florida man story without quarantine involved,
I mean, we like, it's funny. The official Florida Man account now follows me on Instagram because I like this Japanese whiskey. And I was like, you should have checked out our walnut cracking contest against this Indian dude and this Pakistani man. And they both look like MMA fighters back to back. Like they were just like, he's taking him out. I was like, this has a racial connotation to it here.
Yeah, what the fuck?
What the fuck is going on there?
But it's just red circles of them cracking fucking walnuts with their heads. So,
oh God, against each other's heads? Like, how do they do that? Like on a table?
They put it on a table, and whoever cracks the most nuts in the span of like a minute, I think Indian dude cracked like 39 and shit with his fucking skull.
Dude, and we're worried about NFL with CTE. Dude out.
This is Southeast Asian CTE, so it's different.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it actually improves them. They get smarter. It's really fucking weird how things work on the other side of the world,
Math is different. Math is different there.
Well, we've covered a bunch of sports from that side of the world. There was the one where everyone was piling up and trying to get the guy off the pole.
Dude, that is the weirdest fucking concept. Yeah, have you ever seen that, Rob? It's a fucking
no.
Oh, dude, what was that called, Jesse? I forget. It was like pillar something or whatever. But
man tower.
I don't. Poor bastards just hanging on top of a fucking 30-foot pole, and then meanwhile people are stacking like the zombies in World War Z, trying to get this dude off. Like
basically, yeah, it's like Cream the Carrier or something. But like you're having one guy held up on like a 16-foot metal pole by one team, and if they get that guy, the other team gets that guy.
Like, that's insane.
I don't want to be that guy.
Insane.
They do it differently over there. I enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm here for it. Let's just get it on like ESPN the 10 or whatever. Let's just get one of these. Unnecessary.
Yes.
Or whatever the Indian equivalent of the number 8 is. Let's just do that. I don't speak the language.
Yeah. So what do we have to look forward to with the next year for your shows?
More of me, unfortunately. So more interviews, more illustrious guests on Getting to the Truth in This Art, more movies. I'm going to expand the Let's Watch It Again podcast. Last year, we only started in the summer, so we did about 8 episodes. So right now I have scheduled about 38 episodes, so definitely blowing that one up a bit and hitting movies and trying to integrate more guests on there, not just doing it with my friends and people, but like to hit the oral history on those. So I do a lot of the leg work in it, and pretty much I sit down with different guests, and I want to kind of extend that to different folks within the podcast community. I think it's an opportunity to grow and do some like cross promotion through the love and desire of, rewatching movies that we like. And lastly, with Robcast, just kind of getting back to doing it and broadening it, and hopefully being more moving forward to doing more video stuff and partnering with some of these businesses I've met. I have a cooking show in mind I want to work on. So just trying to continually generate new, interesting, original, and Baltimore-centric content.
That's fantastic, man. We're looking forward to, seeing what you have in store. It seems like you're an engine that just keeps going, putting out more things, having more ideas. It's awesome to see, what you put together.
Well, thank you. It's just a fat kid just trying to do cool things because, the girls like to see us.
But you're tall.
There.
How can you be so fat if you're tall? I don't understand it.
He just doesn't think that tall people can be fat.
Yeah. Look, if you played NBA Jam back in the day, you no one was back, tall and skinny. So there
NBA Jam did it to him.
My pixels, sir.
They weren't quite registered there. My God.
Yeah, just big things and just more content and just diving into it deeper. And I'm a podcaster. I look at it that way, and just reaching out to more podcasts like this, because this has been a real treat for me. I really like what you guys do. I admire it. I see crossover, and I like the way that you guys do your game. And this has been, like I said, a lot of fucking fun. This has been a lot of fun.
Steal from the best,
Yeah, dude. That's how we get ahead, dude. We just find guys like you and just rip the shit out of your content, dude. Just steal it.
It's like Motown. It's like Motown. Just white dudes taking from black guys.
Oh, dude. Oh, damn.
And
dude.
just like that, we're fucking racist. God damn it, Matt. I knew it was going to happen
It's fucking inevitable, dude. What are we, fucking 220 episodes in? God damn it, dude.
It took that long, I guess.
God
Wait until I
damn it.
slick my hair back and I just start going full like Mr. Barry Gordy, you know?
Oh no.
That's not what we need. That's not the marketing.
It's kind of like
that we
records
need.
all over
This
again.
podcast is over.
Yep. What do you want to plug? Where can people find you?
You can find me at Lordly MTR on the tweets and on the gram. MTR Podcast everywhere, all the social media platforms, all of the podcast platforms, and MTRthenetwork.com for our whole catalog. We got some good shit on there. Check it out. Listen, share with a friend, share with an enemy, share with your baby mama. You know, that's what I want you to do.
Okay.
You
Trying
know,
to get
make
that
sure you
baby
take
mama market. I see what's up. There's a lot of them out there, man.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a market to tackle.
Yeah, getting that WAP market.
Woo! Dude,
Yeah.
this
Bring 'em
man's a
on.
fucking, he's thinking ahead. Oh, God. I don't know if that sound is good there.
Isolate that.
Isolate that. That's a new sound drop on our show. Well, man, Rob,
I just try to give it up.
thank you so much for coming on, man. We wish you nothing but the best luck. But I'm going to say right here, you don't need it, dude. You were fucking killing it, and we loved the game you were fucking going at, man. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Thank you.
We just fucking envy the fucking drive you got, man.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Thank
And real quick before we get out of here, people, thank you so much for tuning in. Catch me at MWG Media on Instagram, Matty G from HP on Xbox Live. Come catch these mittens because I still haven't found a formidable enemy. All right. There's no foes out there for me. I'm
I
just
still
taking them
need-
down left and right.
I still need to exfil on zombies. So at Landers the plane, if
Somebody-
anyone can fucking
somebody help
help me,
him.
get this man out of there.
All right. Thanks again, Rob. Until next time, that's it.
There you go.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America. I'm second America. We talking America. We blazing America. This is fucking America. We're second America.
This has been American Slacker Podcast. You can reach the show by searching American Slacker on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit, or send them an email to americanslackerpodcast@gmail.com. You can download and rate American Slacker on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, and all other podcast platforms. Visit the show's website, aspodcast.com, where you will find every episode, official merchandise, and links to their Patreon if you would like to support American Slacker.
We smoking America. We passing America. I'm mapping America.